Atorkor, a name that at first glance evokes images of tranquility and gentle breezes. It rolls off the tongue like the soft rhythmic waves that endlessly caress its golden shores, whispering stories of peace and beauty. Nestled in Ghana's lush Volta region, this coastal town is a living postcard. Palm trees sway gracefully, fishing boats bob gently on the water, and the vibrant daily life of the village unfolds along the beach. Children laugh, fishermen mend their nets, and the air is filled with the scent of salt and promise. Yet beneath this idyllic and peaceful facade, a much darker story is hidden, one that is etched into the very landscape and memory of Atorkor. Long ago, Atorkor was not just a quiet fishing village, but a vital cog in the brutal machinery of the transatlantic slave trade, its name whispered in fear and sorrow. From these very shores, thousands of Africans were torn from their homes and families, forced onto ships bound for distant lands. Their cries, hopes, and dreams were carried away by the relentless wind and waves, lost to history but not forgotten. The sand beneath your feet today once bore witness to unimaginable suffering and unspeakable horrors, each grain holding echoes of the past. Atorkor's strategic location on the upper slave coast made it a major hub for slave trading, connecting the heart of West Africa to the vast, unforgiving Atlantic. These were not mere footnotes in history, they were bustling, tragic centers of human misery where lives were bought, sold, and forever changed. Today, Atorkor stands as a testament to both the resilience of its people and the importance of remembering the painful chapters that shaped its story. Imagine the journey to Atorkor not as a traveler but as a captive. Picture yourself forced down a winding path, every step echoing with fear and uncertainty. Snatched from villages, torn from families, they came shackled and bound. The cries of loved ones left behind haunted every mile, their voices fading into the dense forest. Men, women, children, all herded like cattle, their humanity stripped away. Each face bore silent stories of loss, fear, and longing for freedom. The march from the interior to the coast was a harrowing ordeal. The land itself seemed to conspire against them. Thorny undergrowth, scorching heat, and endless miles. Days bled into nights under the scorching sun, blistered feet on unforgiving terrain. Hunger gnawed at their bellies and thirst parched their throats, yet the march never ceased. Those who faltered, weakened by hunger or disease, were left to die by the wayside. The weak and the sick became silent markers along the path, reminders of the journey's cruelty. Traders saw their captives not as people, but as cargo, each soul a profit to be made. Compassion was a luxury none could afford. Survival was all that mattered. Nearing the coast, the salty tang of the sea filled their nostrils, a harbinger of unknown horrors. The sound of crashing waves was both mesmerizing and terrifying, signaling a point of no return. For some, it was a cruel reminder of the vast ocean separating them from home. The horizon seemed endless, and the future unimaginable. Looming ahead, the walls of Atorkor Slave Market cast a long shadow. The fortress-like structure promised only more suffering, its stones echoing with the pain of countless souls. Here, hope went to die, and nightmares became reality. The journey ended, but the terror was only beginning. The slave market's air was thick with human misery. Cries of despair mingled with the clatter of chains and the shouts of traders. Families were torn apart, mothers from children, husbands from wives. Buyers prodded captives like cattle, inspecting teeth and limbs. The branding irons seared flesh, marking them as property. From the market, captives were herded to ships for the nightmare of the Middle Passage. Even in unimaginable cruelty, the human spirit endured. Stories tell of captives who challenged their captors to a dance, using tradition as a distraction to escape. Some broke free, vanishing into the forests, their knowledge of the land their salvation. Whether fact or whispered hope, these tales speak to resilience. Even in darkness, hope flickered, refusing to be extinguished. Today, Atorkor stands as a poignant reminder of this dark chapter in human history. a place where the echoes of suffering and hope still linger in the air. Once a bustling market of misery, the village has transformed itself into a symbol of remembrance and healing, inviting visitors from around the world to reflect on the past. The former slave market is now a site of remembrance and reflection, where the pain of the past is acknowledged and the lessons learned are carried forward by each new generation. A striking sculpture of a shackled slave reaching for freedom stands at the heart of the memorial, honoring the countless men, women, and children who were trafficked through Atorkor and whose stories might otherwise have been forgotten. Storytelling walls, covered in engraved panels and images, recount the horrors endured and the incredible resilience shown by those who survived, ensuring their voices echo through time. Atorkor is now a place where silenced voices are finally heard, where visitors pause to read, reflect, and pay their respects to those who suffered here. Descendants and families visit to connect with their ancestry, lay flowers, and honor the enduring spirit and resilience of their forebears. In remembering, we honor the victims, acknowledge the pain, and strive to ensure that such atrocities are never repeated, fostering hope for a more just and compassionate future.